Hey guys, if you are struggling to make art consistently and build a daily habit out of it, then this video is going to be perfect for you because we are currently recording this in the first week of Feb and I've already made over 45 artworks that I've put up on social media. Some of you guys might see it on my Instagram or so. Now I'm going to create another one of those artworks here in the background while I take you through this 6-step guide on how you can build your own daily habits. And the sixth step is the most important one, and I'm sure you guys are gonna love it. Step number 1 is to lower the minimum. Now, when we think about lowering the expectations we have for ourselves and the targets that we set, it's not a bad thing because I know we think about creating masterpieces and being able to do so, but you can't do that if you always expect to create a masterpiece every single time. What's more important is actually building a habit that keeps you consistently making art so that masterpieces come as a side effect of that. Alright, so what we want to do is to set a minimum target that we know that we can reach easily. Okay, and it's going to be super easy at first, but this is important because it's going to build up a habit and build up momentum. This can be something as simple as 1 sketch a day, or 10 minutes of sketching, or filling up 1 page of your sketchbook. Or if you're an animator, it could be like 2 seconds of an animation, or if you're a designer, it could be 1 rough product sketch. Anything that is in your field and in your comfort zone, start with that and use that to build momentum over time. Alright, so let's move on to step number 2, which is to stack your habits. Now we want to attach making art to a habit of yours that already exists during the day. What we do not want to do is to disrupt your day and change up your entire schedule and be like, I'm now going to set 3 hours aside for this, for making art, and then suffer and crunch and let go and sacrifice a lot of other things. You want to slowly build up to a place where art has more space in your life and it's more easier to do. So an easy way to do that is to stack it on top of something that you're already doing. For example, if you're grabbing a coffee in the morning, you usually sit and read or just chill for a bit. You can attach making like a quick 20-minute sketch along with that. You take a few sips of coffee, sketch art, few sips of coffee, that could read something, whatever. Just make the art of, just attach sketching to that. Or the first thing you do when you sit at your table is a 10-minute quick warm-up sketch, just immediately to get you at it. Okay, one thing I love doing is I love visiting cafes. So usually with the first coffee or so, I make an artwork along with it where I'm enjoying the coffee and making an artwork, getting into the mood. And these are like 20 to 30-minute sketches. And yeah, it's super fun and it just becomes a part of your natural day. You don't have to think about it too much. Now let's move on to step number 3, which is to separate practice from finished work. Now, when you think about making an artwork every day, we always think about creating a finished piece by the end of it. But no, practice is also equally important, if not more. And what exactly is practice? Practice are all the sketches you leave unfinished, the dozens of tests that you do, dozens of random scribbles. It could be 4 different landscape thumbnail sketches. It could be just random drawings of eyes, all of that. Those are sketches that actually help you build up the fundamentals to create better finished pieces in the long run. So you need to be able to accept the fact that you can leave art half done and count that as a finished sketch and finished practice work, and you don't need to make it something finished and polished to put up on social media. Okay, separate them. Another way to do this is to think of it as separating work from play. Now, work is all the artworks you do at a high level, where it's your college assignments, client projects, freelance projects for your work, or something polished that you want to put up on social media or anything like that. And play is the art you make as your hobby because you love making art and it is fun. Now, step number 4 is to make getting to art as easy as possible. So I want you guys to sit with yourself for a bit and think of all these ideal scenarios that you have in the back of your mind that would be the perfect place for you to make art. This can be a time, place, setting, all of that. For example, would it make sense to charge all your devices before going to sleep at night if you draw on tablets, or clean up your desk before going to sleep so the next morning when you get to it or whenever you get to art, it is ready for you? Or for example, putting up posters of all the artists you look up to and their works on like your background so then you can look at it and get inspired. So yeah, just focus on making it easy to make art. It's not meant to be a struggle. We want it to be easy to get to it every day. And that is going to sync up into step number 5, which is to remove decision fatigue. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? It is that we spend too much time deciding on what to draw, what to make, what references, what plan, what schedule we're going to follow, all of that. And that eats into our art making time. I can't tell you how many times I've actually sat to make an artwork and I'm spending half an hour just looking at reference images, finding the perfect one, or getting inspired, getting motivated, looking at other artists' work, and I feel like I'm being productive because I'm using this time for art. But then I feel like I can't make an artwork in another half an hour. I get mentally tired, all of that, and then the day is gone. I don't make an artwork that day. This has happened so many times in the past. So what you want to do is just basically make all the decisions beforehand in whatever free time you have. For example, instead of doom scrolling these days, I am on Pinterest on my phone, looking up reference images and saving them, picking out the next artworks there. And this takes me like 10 to 15 minutes during a break, right? And then the next time I sit to make art, I don't have a decision to make. I already have it ready. I can just get to it. So you could also, for example, if you have a little free time on a Sunday, you could plan out your entire week ahead, being like, I'm going to do anatomy sketches, I'm going to do sketches of hands, I'm going to do 5 animations, I'm going to do 3 product designs on this is the reference image, all that planned out beforehand, so that you do not use any time every day to sit and decide. Okay, so that's also another huge blocker that eats away at making art, and then we get mentally stressed and all that. We want to avoid that. And step number 6, which is the most important step on this list, is to count each sketch as a win. Why do I want you to do that? Because every single time you make a sketch, that is one more sketch than you would have made on a normal bad day where you do not make any art. So I want you to track that, right? So you can have 1 sketch a day, 2 sketches the next day. Then even if you miss a day, right, you can come back the next day and make 2 more sketches, and it adds up. Okay. And it's important to count the sketches or the wins that you make instead of counting the good finished art pieces or the uploads to social media, all of that you do. That comes later on, because when you build this base and when you build a lot of wins, good artwork happens as a side effect. We want to hold on to that, okay? And this is also super important for your mental health. And in the future, your present self is going to be so proud of your future and be like, how did you do that? Thank you so much for. And people around you are going to be mind blown at how you're able to make so much art all the time. And for you, it might not make sense to do like a sketch every day and think of it in such a large scale, but think of doing like 2 sketches a day for 30 days. That is 60 sketches that you would not have done on a normal daily basis. That is a lot of improvement, and that finishes the 6 points that I have for you guys. So if you guys enjoyed this video, do check out my Patreon. I put out all my lessons there, and you can also check out my other YouTube videos. And please let me know down in the comments if you have any other recommendations. What videos would you like me to make? I read through all the comments and I will get back to you. So I will see you guys in the next video, and keep making art and have a lot of fun.